Oh, your virus database is updated.
Okay, it's done now.
Talking to you. Mic test. Hello.
Hello.
We good? Hey everybody, this is episode 50!
Happy New Year!
This
It's not the New Year.
it's not. It's just level. It's just episode.
We're 50 years old.
We're 50 years old.
Mr. Fry's
We have done this.
Ultimate Edition.
The Twister Fries BFF edition RPG.
Yes, this is the TMG podcast, episode 50, and that is like 50 plus hours of doing this. Video
50
game
weeks.
talk.
50 weeks of gaming talk.
Not counting the E3.
And
not counting the
we have
E3.
celebrated this momentous occasion by buying McDonald's Twister Fries, available for a limited time.
We're not sponsored by them.
We're not sponsored by them, but
We're not
We-
affiliated
we've-
with them.
We've eaten a lot of Twister Fries to the point that.
Tis the season to get twisted.
Yeah, this is a podcast of everything video games. I have a Twister Fries in my mouth.
So professional.
So professional. But yeah, this is episode 15, and what's happening this week?
That's a shit.
TGS,
Tokyo Game Show.
More-
Gaming show.
more conventions. I think it's the last one until
Yeah, the last major one.
It's
though.
the last big one till next year's.
next year's,
I think all that's left is like a few PAXs.
and then a lot of people.
Then
Yeah.
it's,
Oh, it's PAX done. Come on.
no, they have like 4 a year now.
Really?
And there's PAX Australia.
This PAX
Yeah.
Australia. Australia's really close.
There's 3 in the States and 1 in Australia or something.
Jesus Christ, those
Oh, wow.
crazy arcade guys.
But yes, TGS is ongoing right now. But I think when this
It's done.
episode's
We're
on,
in the future.
We're in the future. It's done. And what came out of TGS? A lot of Japanese games. Final Fantasy, Deep Down, MGS 5. It's just filled with trailers and
But the
not
thing,
many shocker announcements.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
like-
Like there were nothing new was announced. It's just a lot of.
Aside from the
More gameplay.
aside from the Japanese like reconfirms and gameplay, it's
Yeah,
basically
so we'll talk about more of the things that mostly
the Last Guardian was not there again.
it was basically Gamescom
does not
Japan.
exist. People stop saying the Last Guardian. It does not exist.
I still believe.
It's a
PS5.
lie. Yeah, it's a lie.
I still believe.
You still believe-
Nukem came out eventually. This one can't do.
Lucas back.
Yep. Aside from TGS though, we got first looks on Battleborn, so we'll talk about that. That's Gearbox's take on the MOBA series.
Such a dumb name.
Yeah, I'll talk about that in a bit because it's kind of interesting how they actually included campaign mode. So I'll mention that in a bit. What else we got? We also got Legends of Grimrock. They actually got a release date. I totally forgot it's coming out.
I keep thinking it's Grimlaw.
It's Grimrock.
Actually, a lot of those PC indie titles that get slip under the radar. Like,
yeah, I did not. I thought it was like on next 2015.
Wasteland 2 just came out.
Yeah, Wasteland 2 just came out. That's literally a successor, a spiritual successor to
Fallout.
the Fallout series. Like, if Wasteland did not exist, Fallout would have been like nothing. So, yeah. For all of that, what have you guys been doing? Games.
Will you go first?
Games.
I've been
Oh,
playing.
Joe wants to go first.
Actually, it's weird. I've been playing Dota 2 a lot.
Oh, you want to go? Good. What's going on with Dota? Wait, it's your first time playing?
No, I played it before, but just recently I discovered a friend of mine was really into it, and then I, said, hey, do you want to play some Dota? I was like, all right, sure. So we've been playing almost regularly, pretty regularly, like at least 1 or 2 matches a night. I think really for me the bottom line is Dota is it's a fun game. It's got such this rancid community around it that's
Still bad.
it's not as bad as before. Like I think Valve's system for player evaluation kind of works because most of the people we played with have been pretty friendly and like there's not a lot of like name calling and whatever.
Okay.
Of course, we're just playing pick-up group games. Just me and him, like we group up and then we'll join the game together, right?
Yeah.
But so for the most part, like it's been okay. It hasn't been like this dive into the deepest, darkest pits of the internet, like most people assume Dota community is supposed to be like. And yeah, overall, it's fun. Like, I mean, I think that the concept of Dota or any MOBA is fun. It's just the community that makes or breaks it, right? So, in a way, I'm kind of happy that I get to play with someone I know, first of all, and then second, like, I'm pretty happy that to see Valve system seems to be working in limiting assholes online, basically.
From the internet, which is mostly like
From the
80%
internet,
of
yeah.
people.
All the casuals play LOL.
Well, I don't know about
This
that.
country.
Yeah. No, but for those who don't know Dota 2, that's pretty much
The granddaddy
of MOBA,
MOBAs, yeah.
which is like it first came out in World of Warcraft as a mod.
Yeah, the first one was a
Defense
mod.
of the
Then
Ancients.
Valve got whatever rights.
Yeah, they
made
just got
the
the
second one.
sequel.
Yeah, Blizzard actually dropped the ball big time on that one because
I don't know why they didn't
yeah, because
capitalize on
it
that.
was a mod of Warcraft 3, right? And then,
Yeah,
and
they're
then
like, oh, filthy mods.
And like now they're releasing their MOBA, which is
Heroes of the Storm, right?
like it's right now, only now. Whereas like this genre, which is like created out of nowhere,
It's been around
now has
for a
League of
while.
Legends, Dota 2, and a lot of other crap.
Clones.
Clones everywhere. Like
But I can tell you one thing though: if you want to make money on Steam, play Dota because you get so much free crap.
you can sell those.
The armor pieces and stuff, yeah, it's like selling like Team Fortress weapons. It's the same thing. It's all in the same inventory system.
Shit, really? Is that like that? Cause my cousin came joined like he messaged me in Steam and said, "Hey, can I have your the specific piece for I think one of the heroes?" Like, yeah, sure. Like, what do you want for it? Yeah, nothing. Just have it. I actually get everything. I didn't really care. I just like, get everything.
Well, as far as I understand it, like the Steam marketplace is not just for cards, right? You can trade items and other stuff on it, can't
Yeah,
you?
from what I know, when it comes to Steam, you can sell items from Team Fortress, Dota 2, Counter Strike, pretty much the Valve games.
The Valve games, right? Yeah.
Except I think Left 4 Dead 2. I think.
And Dota 2 is quite generous with the items you get because like basically you have to collect this. It's just all aesthetic stuff, right? Like
Yeah, it's
armor
all
pieces.
cosmetic. It's not improving your character.
But you have to collect like a set of I think 5 or 4 items depending on the set to make the full outfit. So you get them piece by piece. So it's actually quite a challenge to get all of it. By drops alone, it's likely you'll have to either buy the set, which is pretty cheap. It's like 100 pesos now. That's the other thing. Steam is now in Philippine pesos.
That's one big news I think for us. Yes, the Steam is now officially supporting Philippine pesos, so we don't have to convert or do the math every time you buy something on Steam.
And apparently, like, it's cheaper here now. Like,
Yeah,
it
I don't
seems
know.
to drop like half in price for most games.
For me, it looks like it's super cheap. I don't know. You guys tell us if it feels the same for you guys because
I guess it's a big factor to do. It's just that we get to see that the prices we were accustomed to. It's like, oh, it's only like $200. Like, okay.
Like, it's a different mentality.
Yeah, you have
Oh.
a different mentality because when you say something like $10, it sounds a lot more than what it actually
it
is.
sounds a lot more for us, but I'm sure like the Americans like, it's just $10. It's the same way on us reacting to us, just $200.
Yeah, because like a $15 DLC, like, oh my god.
Yeah, because this weekend they're having a WB sale on Steam, and I can get Arkham Origins for 200 pesos. No, 180 to be exact.
You get like Scribblenauts with 200 and something like that.
180 as well, and that's 75% off. And that just makes me super scared for the winter sale, man. Winter's coming, and I don't even know.
Oh boy, winter is coming indeed.
I don't know what to do. Like, I'm gonna get games for 200 pesos. I'm gonna get like 20 of them without even thinking about it.
Exactly.
This is crazy because like 200 pesos is what, $4? And I'm assuming that those kinds of games are usually when they're 75% off, they go down to like $10, $8.
Yeah, exactly.
But they look like they're coming at to $200. Like I can buy Civilization Beyond Earth for 1.2.
That's
pre-order.
That's the pre-order. Okay.
And then
That's
Shadows of
really
Mordor
cheap.
is 1.2. If you
But
want
But
that.
that's sort of on par for what you
Yeah,
would pay.
No, but get this. If you want to get Assassin's Creed Unity for pre-order, that's still $2.7.
Oh shit.
Oh, so it's
I don't know how that works. You tell me.
It's just like PC
because
games
because
here
it's
anyway.
Assassin's Creed. It's got like the bazillion dollars in marketing behind it. They got to justify that money.
And then Advanced Warfare for 2.7 if you want the next version of Call of Duty.
It's so advanced.
Wait, but yeah, point being, Philippine pesos are now on Steam, and it looks like it's cheaper.
You guys didn't really get the email about that?
I did. I got the email about it, and then
Nobody's,
I thought it was
you
a
thought it
hoax.
would just be a raw conversion.
I thought it was a hoax.
I thought
No,
it would just be like a raw
actually,
conversion.
you know, when you start your Steam up, there's like a pop-up of news. When it showed it there, it's now in pesos. So like, okay, cool, but I didn't really take the time to go check it out because I figured it would just be a raw conversion,
like a raw
right?
conversion.
Yeah, like so it'd be $10. Okay, it's it's $500 or whatever.
Then people start going nuts.
And it's,
oh my god,
and
it's
then
so cheap.
yeah, then some people I hear people like, yo, it's so damn cheap. Like, what's going on, man?
Yeah, because when I saw the email, I really thought of it as a hoax. And when I ran my Steam just out of the blue, and I saw the dollars disappear, all Philippine, like
Yeah, just like it happened like a week or two after the email was sent.
yeah, and I'm like, oh my god, why can I afford these games? It's so weird. But yeah, Philippine pesos. Good luck to you all. Seriously, good luck to you.
Good
all.
luck this Christmas season.
Yeah.
Good luck. But again, this goes back to what I was saying originally. If you want to get some easy money on Steam, although it's not a lot,
Let's play Dota
just
2.
play Dota. You know.
Yeah, going back to Dota 2, yeah. By the way, like, we kind of convert, yeah.
So but yeah. So Dota 2 basically, it's pretty much like after every match, you get it's sort of like if you ever played Team Fortress or Counter Strike. It's the same system. After every match, you get a chance to get like a random whatever, right? It could be anything. It could be usually an armor piece, but there's still a chance that you'll get like a super rare and nice item.
Yeah.
As far as I understand. So far I've only gotten like armor pieces, but for me, I don't really. I'd like say like in Team Fortress, like when you get weapon drops, you can actually use that, and there's some effect on the gameplay, right?
Yeah.
But here it's purely cosmetic. So for me, like I don't really care whatsoever as far as these costumes go. So
I heard that there's like an exclusive, you know how like you can actually buy an item in Dota 2 to actually like some kind of carrier item, like carrier pet.
Yeah.
yes.
Like the
It's
horse.
just a skin, basically.
Yeah, the skin, there was a very rare skin that you can only get at a Dota 2 event or Dota 2 Invitational. The people who attended it gets that free skin, right? Months later, you can actually sell it to players. And that specific skin was around, it ranked up to I think $5,000.
Ridiculous.
And someone bought it.
Ridiculous.
And that's a freaking skin for a donkey shit.
Not even something you can touch.
It's 5,000.
Though I have to say there are some very interesting things you can purchase. Like the announcer voice, you can change it. You can buy the announcer voice of like you can get what's her name, the computer from Portal.
GLaDOS.
You get GLaDOS to be the announcer voice. That's hilarious.
They also have the voice of Stanley Parable.
Stanley Parable guy is there. You can get a
That's
board.
amazing.
I think Claptrap is a voice you can get.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's like those voices are pretty funny. Like you can check the previews out for free. But again, it's all just cosmetic bullshit. Like it will not affect how you play the game
Man, I got
whatsoever.
them 10 million for that tournament.
Yeah. No, but that's pretty cool though, that it's not really affecting gameplay, and it's there if you want it. It's there if you want it, and it's still giving Valve more money.
Yeah, it's not.
And no, but you'd be surprised because Dota 2 is free, right? You can download and that game people you can get really into that, and that can give you months of entertainment. And you wouldn't pay a dime for it. Valve might not see a single cent from you at all. But the fact that their drop system is really working out, that says something about their knowledge of their market, I guess. Yeah. So kudos to Valve for figuring that out.
It's crazy. Like we covered like a couple of weeks ago the Dota 2 Invitational 10 million prize.
10 million, which part of it is contributed by players.
It's the money dumped in is pretty much to that whole market thing. So
yeah, the cosmetic changes.
It's crazy.
Absolutely crazy, and I'm actually very happy. But in hindsight, I'm very surprised that Dota 2 actually has, a significant competitor in the form of League of Legends.
Yeah.
Because when you see the amount of money these guys are pulling and the amount of money they're giving away practically for their tournaments, like it's hard to imagine anyone could possibly compare. League of Legends is doing it. Not as big, but they've apparently got a very strong, a loyal community as well.
The big difference about League of Legends is the fact that gameplay wise is moving forward every single time.
Yeah, that's true.
Because they always release a new hero every month.
There's
How many
always
heroes are there now? It's like more than 50. More than 100, I think.
But see, I think League of Legends in that aspect, I think they're ahead in the game because they can keep the game competitive while adding more content.
like just constantly adding heroes, right?
Yeah, and it feels competitive still in a level
Right.
to compete against Dota 2. Well, Dota 2 just feels like
it's just so attuned already to being competitive.
It's balanced.
It's so balanced. It's like
I think the
originals,
latest thing they added was techies, and that was like months after the release. So,
but it's like the original StarCraft Brood Wars. Like it came to a point when it was just so balanced between all three
yeah.
that it became purely a point of player skill. So I think that's where Dota 2 is sort of
They're more worried about
pushing towards
the actual
themselves.
balance.
Where like we'll balance the game just so well that when you watch a match, it's going to be entirely up to the team skill and team
Clutch
composition.
plays.
Yeah, and that makes it exciting to watch. And with all that all the money on the line as well. So there. So yeah, that's what I've been playing. I'm playing Dota 2.
Yeah, I'm surprised you were playing Dota 2. But that's pretty cool.
No, but you got to admit it is fun. I mean, when when you're playing with the right people, it can be very fun. And there's really a sense of responsibility because when you're fucking up, the whole team feels it.
Yeah, because everybody loses gold and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's horrible. But anyway, yeah, it's pretty cool. What about you, Mix? I want to hear your thoughts on a specific game that you were able to play a few minutes ago.
So I've been playing more Dark Souls.
Oh.
No,
How many
no,
deaths
no.
have you had total? Have you checked that out?
Not as much as I expect. I'm just too safe with that.
You know how to check, right? You know how to check your deaths, right?
Personal?
Yeah.
I think you have to go offline and
Yes.
check the stone.
Yeah. That's how
I
you
don't
do
play
it.
offline because when you go in a room and you see bloodstains.
No, I just unplugged the Wi-Fi just for the sake of checking my deaths.
Oh, I'm
And it's in triple digits.
Does it matter though? Like how many times you died?
No, I just like to see how many bodies have, Anyway,
It's like almost a billion.
almost. Anyway, what have you been playing this week?
I've been playing more Phoenix Wright. Yo, I beat the second case. I'm in,
Was the second case the one with the wrestler, right? With the
yeah, the amazing
Okay, yeah.
King from Tekken.
King from Tekken.
Oh, really? No.
No, not King from
It's like
Tekken,
it's
but
like some ancient Japanese.
the amazing
Ancient
nine
Japanese
skills
No, it's like
wrestler?
in the U.S.
it's like a
What? What are we talking
provincial
about again?
town, and they have like superstitions.
This is Phoenix, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it starts off like, oh, we have this ancient demon plaguing our land, and he was beaten by a nine-tailed fox, and you have this ancient scrolls. Then the actual bird demon, who's like a humanoid shape, jumps in front of you, and like, oh no, he's gonna attack us. You expect like an actual nine-tailed fox to come in, but no, it's a masked wrestler. It's just like King. I was like, oh, okay.
The worst thing is that Japanese town. Again, like this came back to what we said before. Is that they tried to make Phoenix Wright American?
Eat your burgers, Apollo.
Yeah, exactly. But when you see the town itself, it's so Japanese.
Japanese.
Like they've got like tengus and nine-tailed foxes and yokai
those paper
and,
seals.
and those paper demon
What?
seals.
Okay.
What was that, Dorkly? Or
Was
no,
it
it was an
Dorkly?
awkward zombie comic.
Yeah, with the Apollo. I remember.
In Phoenix Wright 1, I think they say that they're in LA in the
Okay.
game.
Where are they now? I mean, where are you now?
In LA.
LA.
They eventually
LA.
learn and stop mentioning where they are.
Okay.
But in the first game, they kept saying you're in LA. So the comic is Phoenix goes out his window. Look at this beautiful, crisp American morning. And they're like in this Japanese castle.
And he's wearing a kimono.
Then
They
they're kneeling on their knees on the, what do you call that table?
The low Japanese style table,
Yeah.
and then they're eating there's a whole
They're eating
sushi
rice, sushi rolls, and eat your burgers, Apollo.
What?
Because we're in America. Yeah,
But-
I'm in
The third case.
I'm in day one of the third case, the school.
Oh, the school. Yeah, I remember that
the
case.
attorney school. So I played that, and
I forgot if this was a DLC. There is a DLC case, right?
Yeah, there
okay,
is.
okay. That's what
I think it's extra.
Makes sense coming from Capcom.
Dude, they have costumes for $1.
Yeah, costumes from Phoenix Wright,
Classic costume.
which is either his classic costume or his current or like
For
his
all three characters.
Yeah.
The classic costumes.
Horrible.
Yeah, or say Capcom. But yo, something came out this week, man. The public demo, Super Smash Brothers for 3DS.
which was pretty fun actually.
We played it, and what do you guys think? You played more out of it. I played like a couple of them.
I didn't play as not as much as you think, but I'd say enough. Because you generally get a good feel of the game, like maybe the first 2 matches.
I gotta say though, the fact that this is a limited demo is bullshit.
Yeah.
Like apparently
30 tries.
you only are allowed to boot up the executable file on your DS 30 times before
Before
Lock
your
off
3DS
forever.
explodes.
it stops working
It
basically.
explodes.
Your 3DS explodes. I don't know.
But I think that's the issue for all 3DS demos.
Is
If you
it?
finish
the
Super
number
Smash Bros.
trials.
3, if you execute Super Smash Bros. 3DS 30 times, your joystick will fall off.
That's why it's breaking.
That's why.
But regardless of that, the game does feel good. I mean, of course, it's just a demo, so we only have a limited roster of characters.
Yeah,
in
we
one
have like
stage.
Link, Mega
5
Man.
characters.
Link, Mega Man, Mario,
Pikachu,
and the Villager.
I'd say it's good.
It's good enough though. The game feels good. It's a little. I kind of wish I could reconfigure the buttons.
Yeah, me too.
But maybe we can do that in the full version. I don't know.
I'm sure we
I'm
can.
sure,
Because
yeah.
you can do it in the Brawl.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, the money can.
But it sucks that it's locked, though.
Do you know if the Wii U doesn't have their demo out yet? Do they? For
I don't think
Smash
so.
Brothers.
I don't think so.
No.
Okay.
But it's coming out in November, so it's not that long.
Yeah, but Super Smash Bros. On the 3DS is already out in Japan.
Yep.
So, what are the confirmed characters they have?
No, shut up.
There's a lot of characters.
Shut up.
I can't talk about that.
I think I know most of them, but still.
Okay, fine.
I don't want to know. Like,
Okay, no, talk more about the demo then.
No, the gameplay feels good. I mean, it's got all the. If you've ever played Brawl, you'll jump right in. It's pretty much the same.
it's pretty much what all those pro Smash players said. It's faster than Brawl, slower than Melee. So it's a good middle ground.
Good melodrama.
Yeah.
And control-wise, I think everything is a lot smoother. Dash attacks are more punishable than before, but
Yeah,
they generally hit better. It's easier to pick up items while you're moving, and moving in the air is a lot smoother than older games.
There's just a lot of new stuff to get used to. Also, like a lot of the weapons and the assist trophies. Like that one Pokemon, like we don't know what it's called, but it's there.
Yeah,
Like, we didn't know what the heck that
X
thing
and
did.
Y
The
Pokemon. I don't know them
ancient-ish
yet.
looking Pokemon that was
It looks like an abominable snowman sort of.
No, they separated the rare ones by putting them in Master Balls.
Oh.
So you know now.
But on the 3DS screen, it's too small to really point
Yeah,
out.
it's too small, but then again, it looks really good.
It does.
And it's really smooth.
Actually, very surprised how good the game looks.
Yeah, I'm surprised as well, because I kind of I was giving it shit for how, like, yes, I know it's a downgrade. I told you about this, but it just really feels like a really big downgrade. But when I'm seeing it up
It's
close
not.
now,
It's really
it actually looks
clean.
really pretty. And then the black outlines, like if Miko was telling me,
You can turn it off.
You can turn
You
it
can
off.
thicken it and you can turn it off.
yeah.
And that's purely for a gameplay standpoint, just
Yeah,
so,
so
you can
find your
identify,
character.
you find your guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it can get pretty crazy. And I'm sure there are some stages we haven't seen yet that are just, crazier.
The 3D aspect of it is nothing special.
Or
It's
you
nothing
guys
really
get
moves.
it out.
Yeah.
And
Since you're fighting on a side-scrolling plane, it doesn't really matter.
Well, I don't know. Have you tried it when that stupid Nintendo comes out, or the?
No, I've seen it when a character flies in front of the screen. And
Oh, okay.
splats. And that's neat, but still, like, you don't need to play it in 3D. It's there.
when is it coming out officially?
The pre-orders here have begun like the day before the public. No, 2 days before the public demo came out.
Okay. What will you
And
get out of the pre-order?
There is nothing.
No.
Data
Blitz, come
you
on.
get a copy.
You get a
secure
copy,
You got a secured copy.
Yeah.
but
Data
speaking
Blitz
of
is
pre-orders,
assuming.
but no.
Data Blitz is assuming for it to come out in October 6th.
Okay, that's a
It's
sure
not that far
ball.
off.
Yeah, it's a sure ball. Because when they give a date,
It's more or less.
it's more or less like they haven't really
like
dropped the ball on that
It's
one.
either like a day ahead or late.
or late
most.
or before they just
Or
said-
like It's not here yet, but it'll be here at noon.
Yeah, I hate that. Especially when the Facebook page is like, it's available, and you go there, it's not available.
Yeah, I hate that.
It's traffic.
And even
That's why
the,
they started
even
putting disclaimers.
even the lady there does not realize that it's supposed to be available that day.
Yeah.
Like, that pisses me
There's
off.
no communication between their social media team and their suppliers and their clerks.
Well,
it's weird.
Data Blitz is notorious for having pre-orders the day before release as well. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
that's the supplier's fault, I'm guessing.
Suppliers' fault, that's the lie.
But yeah, I don't like using the circle pad for the game. It's like I find it too sensitive and not sensitive enough. Like you don't jam the stick all the way up, and yet it registers as a smash attack or a jump. When I just want to do like my up A attack, and when I try to nudge it up, it's not high enough to register an up. So that's my
Anyways,
issue.
speaking of pre-orders, though, I have to mention the Assassin's Creed Unity pre-order Data Blitz is having.
Because before that, I totally forgot. This is Carlos.
Oh, and this is
It's
Will.
been 50 episodes.
It doesn't matter. Whoever they're coming in the first time on the 50th episode, how would I know? I totally forgot. Anyway, yes.
Anyways,
We're here.
The
Go ahead,
Assassin's
Will.
Creed Unity.
Welcome to the Too Much Gaming podcast.
It's the
episode
Twister
50.
Fries' fault.
You
I
get,
ate a
here,
good chunk of it.
this is the funny thing, okay?
What?
First of all, you get a t-shirt. Okay, that's pretty standard.
Yeah,
you get
that's
This is Assassin's Creed Unity.
Right, pre-order. T-shirt, an art book, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that's still.
And you get a guillotine bottle opener.
Oh yeah, I've seen
Whoa.
that a lot.
Wait, what? You get a what?
A guillotine bottle opener.
I thought that was just like a display piece.
Nope,
I didn't know it was a bottle
It's a
opener.
real bottle opener.
That's not cool. Bunch of kids getting a pre-order bonus for Guillotine.
I saw one that's made of the Infinity Gauntlet. That looks really nice.
Well, I saw the Far Cry 4 had some crazy one also.
It's an
You get an
elephant.
elephant.
you get the,
You use the butt.
You get an elephant.
An elephant bottle opener.
An elephant tusk. Oh, sorry. A real elephant.
Ivory.
you get a Far Cry 4.
You get an elephant skin
No,
wall.
you get a T-shirt and
Ah, no.
you get a bobblehead of the main villain
What the
also.
fuck?
A bobblehead?
Yeah,
Oh, that's pretty cool.
of the villain,
Yeah. Oh.
the crazy guy. I forgot his name.
Not Zaz or
Not
not
Not,
Zaz or
not
whatever.
Zaz. Yeah, I'm gonna call him not Zaz.
Blonde Zaz or
Not
whatever
Far
his
Cry
name
3
was.
villain. Not Far Cry 3 villain.
You know the meaning of insanity.
doing something over and over. Huh?
Yes, we've been doing this for 50 episodes. Too much insanity cast.
Too much insanity. Too many Assassin's Creed.
But
Ubisoft.
yo, Smash Bros. I think even though the 30 demo limit is bullshit, I think it'll hold well enough until release date. Unless you have
You
nothing
got
else
the
to
feel of the
play.
game, and that's what the demo's for. And I kind of get why it's kind of bullshit, but in the end, you kind of got the feel. You got the pre-order. You're all set and go.
Yeah.
So it did its job, I guess.
Unless you're really hardcore into this.
Because you know, like how many times you want to master 4 characters? Is it 4 characters?
No, but if you're really hardcore into this, you just sleep mode it anyway. So and break your stick.
4 3DS is out. You stay on.
No, but I
Plug
mean,
forever.
is it really worth? Do you think it's really worth trying to master it on 3DS? Because for me, like the real
Yeah.
competitive scene is end up going to be on the Wii U regardless. It's never going to be on the.
It's meant to be played on the GameCube
For me,
controller.
the 3DS version is just you wetting your getting
Your
your feet wet.
appetite.
Yeah.
It's just getting you
It's
ready.
filler.
Getting you ready for the prime.
It's like it's like Smash Brothers Junior. you know,
Training
so-
on the go.
Because they have specific like exclusive content for the 3DS version, like the dungeon crawler.
Yeah, like that weird, the dungeon crawler versus part, which I don't. Kirby's Air Ride, essentially.
Kirby's Air Ride. Yeah.
That weird thing.
Shucks, though. I still do wish they put the Contra guy in. I would have loved that.
Aren't they in a fighting game with SNK?
Are they? No, that's the
Oh, no, it's the Metal Slug
That's the
guy.
Ikari Warriors. That's
No,
like,
no, but the Metal Slug dudes were in
That's right. They were in.
SVC.
Were they in SVC?
Yeah,
SVC.
Marco.
SNK versus Capcom.
Oh, Capcom.
They were in
This
that.
is
with
back in the
Zero.
90s when like SNK and Capcom were the two
We're
biggies.
still friends.
They were still.
Now they hate each other.
They hate each other now.
SNK hates Capcom. Capcom doesn't know why.
But Owen likes SNK.
but
I used to
That's the
love.
thing. Nobody knows each other there anymore.
I used to love SNK fighters like in 90s, like King of Fighters '98, the ultimate Ultimate Dot, I think, or something like that.
Dream fighting.
The Dream, yeah, that was one of my favorite fighters ever.
Mai.
Huh?
I'm sorry. What?
She's everywhere.
Mike.
Just look at her KOF 13 sprite and just stare.
That's all.
It's amazing.
That's KOF in a nutshell for a lot of people.
Mai? Mai, like, are you okay? That's about
Yeah,
it.
Buster Wolf.
Lago.
Oh, and there happens to be, like, some other characters from other games.
Yo, did you see that new game they were in? Pachinko.
Oh god, I remember that ad.
That trailer.
They got so hyped because, oh god, it's King of Fighters.
It's a Pachinko
No, it's
machine.
Pachinko. Fucking SNK.
Well, anyway, for me, what I've been playing this week. Still Destiny. Nothing else. That's all I've been playing.
New Kingdom Hearts.
So has the
A
game...
little bit of Kingdom. Yeah, it's Kingdom Hearts.
Dude, you
based
know,
story
what, you
based.
know Kingdom Hearts, right? Like, the Kingdom Hearts is that heart-shaped moon in the sky,
that grants wishes or blows things up. I don't
right?
know.
It opens the door, like, whatever.
I'm getting lost.
And you go to the moon in Destiny.
You go in the
You
moon
fight
and you're
darkness
fighting.
alive.
Yeah.
So Destiny is Kingdom Hearts.
In the future.
Oh god.
It literally is It's Kingdom Hearts with sci-fi and Peter Dinklage.
Okay.
That's
So-
Destiny. Destiny's story in a nutshell.
So the story still makes no sense for
The story is. I played it a second time with my other character.
yeah.
It got worse. I don't know how that happened, but it got worse. But one thing is for sure, though, that this game is. If you judge this game based on what they're trying to create, like the story,
Yeah.
it's so hard. You'll definitely hate it. But if you just play the game, hit level 20, and just keep playing, it'll start to grow on you. Because my impressions on it last week was it's a good game. I'm having a lot of fun. Now I just can't let go of the controller.
So the
It's a
grind,
lot of fun.
that sounds the grind. They've made the grind enjoyable somewhat.
The grind enjoyable because it's responsive. It's a very good shooter. Bungie's known for being a good shooter. It shows here in Destiny, and I think it's way past like Halo shooting. It's really
like,
good.
Do you get? I mean, like, do they reward you at a reasonable pace? Like, or?
I'll tell you right now that every time I log in and I do something, when I log out, I feel that I've progressed.
Okay, that's great. I mean, that's
As much as it's very RNG based, meaning it's really very randomized.
Yeah.
Because you get like these unidentified items called engrams, and you go to a vendor, you identify it, and you might just get a legendary item, a green item, or a freaking material. So there's a big shot that legendary item, which is already rare to begin with, will come out as nothing in the end. So
That's when you have to appraise.
yeah, that's what you have to appraise. That's very random. It's very crap, I got a ball. I didn't get shit. But regardless of the very randomness in terms of item looting, I still feel like I'm done. Okay, I'm level 26 now. I'm level 25. I got this new exotic item. They reward you, and you get to progress higher. You're higher in the reputation. You're higher in the faction points. You're higher in like your armor stat or your level stat. So yes, it's a lot of fun. I feel progress. Not like Diablo 3 where
you could do like a bunch of rift runs and not get anything.
I didn't get anything I want. Yeah, this one right now so far, I feel like I've progressed every time I logged in. And like this week, the raid stage is already out. It's a level 25 raid.
Okay, so how do raids in Destiny work?
It's supposed to be the most challenging mission you'll ever get in any FPS or anything ever, whatever.
No, but is it also? Do you have more people involved in the raid, or
It's 2 fire teams, and a fire team composes of 3 people, so that's 6.
so 6 people?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you have to be super coordinated. Communication is super key. Because I hear when the Vault of Glass, which is the raid, it unlocked on Tuesday, and the first group to finish it took 16 hours straight to complete it.
Oh shit!
And that's them playing straight because they wanted to be the world first.
Right.
And that's 16 hours to beat, I think, 4 bosses or 4 segments of the vault. And they were talking about. I was watching a part of the stream actually. it's really hard. It looks really hard. Like people, you have to maybe worry about maybe 5 things at the same time. And once someone dies, you have to wait 30 seconds before you have to revive them. Like it's just so difficult. So that they have that ultimate challenge if you want to, and then once you finish that ultimate challenge at the raid, you get loot. You get a lot of loot. So that's one thing that I still have to complete, which I'm kind of excited for. I just have to gather up my 5 friends that are like level 25. Um, but yeah, when it comes to Destiny now at this point, as much as the game getting a lot of bad reviews and all that, I'm starting to see a lot of articles from like big sites saying that this game needs to be played after level 20. This game needs to be played as like that grindy Diablo-ish kind of or MMO-ish kind of game that people are not quite getting yet.
Right.
Like, people don't get the fact that once you hit the level cap, which is 20, the actual level cap is 30. That's that I have to explain that, like, well, the fact that the higher you can go past level 20 by items and stuff like that. So it's very complicated. So it's like my point is, once you finish the story, once you hit 20, give it a chance, play more of it, and then you might get something great out of it because it's a lot of fun still.
And I'm pretty sure they're going to add more and more content this time around.
Yeah,
so.
they have something every week so far. They're on balls with that one. Like this week they added an extra mode which I hate though. Like combine arms, like they combine all their big maps together and then they increase the number of vehicles and heavy weapon drops for that mode. I think on Tuesday, or I think when this episode's out, they're gonna have a thing called Queen's Bounty, which would include more bounties for the players to do, more gear. And at the end of that week or this week, they're gonna add another game mode. I think just salvage. It's the second time coming in. So they're trying to dump in events every now and then to keep. Well, that's their goal, to keep the game fresh.
Considering how much hype has been around this game, like, and you mentioned this last week that you said don't believe the hype, but it is still a very good game. Like, would you see? And we're coming up to that point when people are going to start making Game of the Year lists and stuff like that. Do you see Destiny like possibly contending for that, or maybe a best shooter at least of the year, or something like that?
I can't put myself at the point as Destiny as a contender for Game of the Year yet.
Yeah.
Because we just started the
until the Burman.
Yeah, but definitely it's one of the best shooters I've played so far. And the biggest reason of why I wanted to get Destiny is I was hoping Destiny would be my shooter for 2014. Because I buy a shooter every year just to like get my shooter fixed.
Yeah.
Like how Battlefield 4.
And you were saying like before it was Wolfenstein, that was what you bought to get your fix, right?
Yeah, but now I think it's Destiny.
Destiny for sure.
Like Wolfenstein is still a great game. I think if you want to get a campaign shooter, don't get Destiny, get Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
But if you want everything else,
get Destiny.
Get Destiny, because I think the biggest letdown it's still the campaign.
Yeah.
It's like what everybody was expecting, a rich world, a very content-filled world. No, it's not.
We still got a couple big FPS games coming out: Far Cry and Call of Duty, of course.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to stamp this as Game of the Year just yet. But it's definitely something that needs to be played instead of like it's hard to talk about it. There's so much you have to mention. And there are so many misconceptions and misleading facts about it through marketing and through opinions in critics and all that. If I don't know, just try it. That's all I can say. It's really hard. It tries to cover so many bases. That's the problem with this. That it has like a one side they hate it, one side they like it. You know. And one thing I also want to point out now is why I'm bringing Destiny again back to the podcast is because as much as when Destiny came out, there was no day one reviews.
Right.
When the servers went live, everybody who has a copy of the game plus the reviewers played it all at the same time. So we had reviews come out 2 days, 3 days after the game release. My question now is day one release? I mean, free. How do I say this? Is review copies viable now? With as long as a game has mass support, like a big marketing budget.
The thing is, the review copy, I think, is there's an assumption there that there's a set ending to the game, and you'll reach that point.
Yeah.
But now, I think ever since the MMO came out, like, I find it impossible to believe any review of an MMO on its week of release, because there's no way you could get through all that content within a week
Yeah.
for any MMO, and for the most part, I mean, I've been correct with that. Like people, they'll say like, oh, this game is look at Star Wars: The Old Republic. It got great reviews.
Yeah.
And that died a horrible, horrible death.
It's still there.
It's still there, and actually, there's been a bit of an update regarding that, which we might talk about a bit later if you remind me.
Yeah.
WildStar, if you remember that one, that came out quite recently.
Yeah, what happened to that?
See, like exactly, it was hyped up so much. People were playing the beta, everything,
I played the beta. Yeah, it was okay.
and now, where is it?
The one thing I know about WildStar is like they were trying to do the whole monthly update thing.
And that didn't work out.
They said they couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Just like how Guild Wars can do it, WildStar can't do it.
Yeah. And now, like later this month, we're seeing the next World of Warcraft expansion. So, that's MMOs. But yeah, as far as to your original point, review copies, I think it's worth giving an initial. I just it's the style of reviewing it. It's like instead of giving like, okay, here's our review, here's the score. Have it like, okay, this is our our impressions of it now, and then give it another month or two and say, okay, like, the game has had this many months. Here's our post review perspective of, I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, because I think that's one thing I'm trying to grasp around the whole fact is Destiny is showing the point that if you have a good marketing, you will get what like the publishers want, like sales and reception. Because reviews in general are supposed to bring out people to buy the game, get a good impression. If holding off actual reviews, review copies, and letting the actual consumers try it out, and then play around by mass marketing and just by word of mouth, like is reviews or maybe critics not that effective anymore in the long run, especially when they're on a deadline, they're forced to release an opinion just for the sake of getting like views, like unique views, and people are reading it.
Right.
Because they what, after 2-3 days they hit level 20. They say there's something after that, but that's where their review stops. Their point is
Exactly. It's only up to a point.
Yeah, to a point. Because I've had like a couple of friends, and they have like maybe like Games Radar and some other sites where they literally held up for at least 2 weeks or until now to actually release their Destiny review.
I think
they want to do the raid first. They want to level up to 25.
Experience as much.
That's a good way to do it. But I think the sad reality is people want to know the review day one.
They want to get the first up.
And that's where you get your guys like IGN and GameSpot.
I heard that like for the big sites, the Destiny like devs asked them to not start their review until the servers are up.
Yeah.
And I think until 6 hours after, at least.
Yeah.
Before they can actually publish their review or something.
I think like GameSpot, the Structoid, the Escapist,
IGN, those guys.
IGN was actually one of the latest. But they had their reviews 3-4 days after, or 2 days after. And then I read those reviews. They were like saying they talked about from level 1 to when they hit level 20, and they just mentioned that there's something after, and then the raid's coming next week. That's just like you said, any MMO, that's just the wrong way of doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because in my experience right now is, last week it's a good shooter, horrible story. Now this week it feels much better for some reason. Like it just I can't let go of the controller this week. It's just a lot of fun, especially with multiplayer, and I'm having a hard time with the level 28 weekly strike. The strikes are the dungeons in this game. It's a weekly strike, and you need level 28. I'm forcing myself to do it even though I'm level 26. There's a challenge still that I want to do.
To do it right.
And of course, the raid, which I haven't experienced. So that's one of the reasons why I don't have a full-length impression of the game, because I didn't experience everything yet in my head. You can't say that's an end-game content, just like how you do an RPG, you finish the story, you don't check out. No, that's not the point. Like
especially JRPGs. There's always post-game content that you need to explore.
But this one's an MMO, whereas there's always Destiny's trying to be a game where even when you hit the end point, there will always be things to do, things to play, and whatnot. And yeah, it's definitely a game you have to slowly just give it a try, slowly pace it, and you might hit that sweet spot. Because if you check out the net now, a lot of articles saying that it's it's one of the best games. It's one of the best low scored games out there. Because I think Polygon released an article saying that they gave it a really bad score, like I think around 7 or 6.
That's not a bad score. That's
What's a
just,
bad score anyway?
6 maybe.
I think 6 for
see,
them.
I hate. That's the thing about other reviews. I hate about the scoring is like a bad score for me is like
5.
5,
4 and
3.
below. You know, a 6 is 5 should really literally be the middle ground. That's like.
Which is one, which
Yeah.
clearly is the middle ground.
But the thing is, like, for whatever reason, we're still stuck in this American
Yeah, I have
school
that.
system mentality of like
75%.
it's like bad.
Yeah, I have
75%
a
of
horrible
all.
mentality as well. When I see a 6 or 7, I think negatively of the thing already.
No, but the thing is, that's really how it's
For most
scored
sides.
for the most part. It's not really a true. I just wish the numbers represented it more. How would you say it? More evenly, I guess.
What's the most ideal review format for you guys?
For me, I like several. I like Kotaku's review system, oddly enough, because
It's just simple yes or no.
because they said, should you play it?
Yeah.
Yes or no? Like, and then
Yeah.
that's it. And they say this is what the good points and the bad points.
I agree.
Alright, and, I like Eurogamer's reviews because I find them very well written.
Yeah, Eurogamer.
And I like the fact that their font for the score is very small.
So you don't
if
just
skim
scroll down.
Yeah, if you skim down, it's not like the boom. Like
Yeah,
You have to read it.
It's like read down.
And I do find that they tend to be a lot more critical about certain games. So their scores for like the big IGN gives 9s to everyone, right? I mean, like
Sometimes.
If you
The audience can't see what we're doing, but
Yeah.
it's fine.
Grease the wheels of IGN.
Fine.
dollars.
Jessica Chobot will lick a PSP for you.
That's a
Can't
fact.
spell
Voice acting.
ignorant
Anyway,
without IGN.
what were you saying?
No, but I'm just saying, like, compared to IGN, GameSpot, whatever, Eurogamer tends to be
out of tens.
much more critical, and they still have a 10-point rating, right?
Yeah.
So those are the two I kind of like right now, as far as proper reviews go. But what I've learned to appreciate now a lot is also Let's Plays.
Because you see the game raw.
Because you'll get to see, yeah, exactly. You get to see the game for yourself, and
That's why I think that reviews in general are starting to like die out. It's not anymore the prime source of getting someone's opinion if it's a good game or not. Because
Everyone has different interests. and
yeah,
stuff.
everybody has different interests, and if you really want to play the game, you can either check out a Let's Play, see it raw,
Or try it yourself.
or try it yourself.
or the other thing I do is like check out the NeoGaf or something like that. You know, I mean, those guys have review threads for everything that gets released. So
Yeah, I'm not saying that reviews.
Like a user-based,
Yeah, I'm not saying reviews not like
Yeah.
the reviews like we do it now.
or like the
not,
professional reviews.
yeah, they're
more
not. They're
user-based.
not. They're just less of an impact now in terms of like sales and opinion based because
that's to the consumer, but to the developer, Metacritic is a huge
Yeah, that-
deal.
They-
I think
It's value.
I
It's
think
huge
the
value
publisher,
to them,
the
yeah.
Metacritic is a huge thing. Like
That's what the big wigs look at.
exactly, they don't
I
care
know
about
that
reading.
I know that Bungie will have to pay Activision if it's not above 80 or 90. I think, in Metacritic,
Really, that's
which is now at 75.
wow. I didn't see.
I know, but that was a contract shown months ago. I'm not too sure if it's still the same.
Probably is.
Meaning that Destiny will have to hit that kind of critic rating, but I don't think it's not even close to getting to that point. But I think our Activision won't ask them for that kind of money because from what I know in sales, they've shipped 500 million copies.
Oh yeah, I think they've sold a bunch. I mean,
Yeah, they shipped already 500 worth of copies for Destiny into retailers across the world, and I know that reports are coming in that are 300. I think 345 million of those already like
Sold.
actual sales. So they're like more than half of what they've shipped, and
Don't
that's 7 days.
Don't forget the digital ones because like
That too.
the
I'm
past
part of
gen
that.
consoles get if you buy the digital one for PS3 and Xbox, you get the next gen version for free in
Yeah.
January.
And then
I'm sure that
Activision
played a
is.
big part.
I'm not too sure if Activision is that accurate, but Activision is stating that the activity or the number of people playing per day, per hour, whatever, is almost close to Call of Duty at this point. And Call of Duty is one of the biggest, one of the most played games up to now.
Yeah,
Really?
it's the
Okay.
biggest shooter.
Yeah, so it has a good traction at this point. It all depends if they can maintain that kind of traction after a month.
That's the thing. It depends a lot on how they support this game.
Yeah.
But from everything that it looks so far, they're planning to do a lot with it. So, it sounds like it's a good value for money game at this point. Like
I'm 40 hours in.
There you go, 40 hours in.
That's more than most games.
And I feel like I want to play more every single time.
There you go.
So
Perfect.
I'm crazy because I'm doing the same thing over and over. Sometimes.
You know the meaning of insanity?
Insane. Yeah, insanity. I'm insanity. But I'm having a lot of fun with friends because we're all insane at the same time. So, but yeah, Destiny. Last week it's fun, horrible story. This week I can't let it go. All right, let's talk about TGS. TGS 2014.
Gamescom Japan.
Filled with Final Fantasy stuff.
Lots of Square Enix goodies. Lots of Muso stuff. I thought we saw a lot of that.
Yeah. But first we want to talk about Final Fantasy Brofest Road Trip 2015. a new trailer came out for Final Fantasy 15. It's confirmed. No, it's confirmed. They have cars in it.
There are cars.
They have
the car, the one car.
Yeah, they have revolutionized Japanese RPGs by
including
replacing airships
with cars.
With upgradable. I'm not. Okay.
We don't.
No, but there's some implications to this car. Okay, first of all, it looks like it's going to be open world somewhat now.
They'll have roads.
Said it was
because you're driving around.
Will have roads.
Right, and then
where we're going.
I'm pretty sure this car will be upgradable. Also, like you'll be able to upgrade the car with new engines and shit.
You'll have like flame tracks.
You can put a scarf on it.
You can duct tape rockets.
And belts with buckles and zippers on the car.
Because Nomura.
But you know what? Actually, the biggest thing that surprised me about this trailer was it's all guys. There's no.
It's all guys.
No, but seriously,
it's all metrosexual guys.
There's no female.
You usually
character.
have like a stylized female lead.
I think the last.
There's no Aerith.
The last Final Fantasy game to not feature a main female lead was the first one, where you pick your party members, right? Yeah. Exactly. I think the closest thing to a female lead there was the white mage.
White mage and maybe the red mage.
Is that the most striking thing? I just like the whole striking thing that they're nonchalantly going on a road and then there's a monster. Let's get out of the car.
Yeah, like they're just driving and talking.
It's a stretch. There's a monster.
Okay, it's fine.
Let's go kill shit.
And then the swords just appear. Their swords just appear out of thin air. I mean,
that was his thing. Because remember the first trailer for this?
Yeah.
Had him against like a troop of guys with guns.
Yeah, it was first called Final Fantasy 13
versus 30. Yeah.
And they already showed that concept.
He had like invisible swords.
Yeah, and they were protecting him.
Like so they're still keeping that concept.
Yeah. And
but it really doesn't surprise you that there's no female lead in this case.
I'm sure there's gonna be more characters.
I think we had too much lightning already to begin with. So.
Well, true.
And she's gonna be there.
We need some balance. We don't need.
Lightning's gonna be there because that's their thing.
A emo lightning-esque character.
It's gonna be lightning.
It will be lightning. Okay.
Because that's their thing. She's gonna be in every Final Fantasy.
Oh, and don't forget the DLC.
Goddess,
the DLC Cloud costume. I'm sure will be there somewhere.
What if the character has Cloud's hair?
The main character has Cloud's hair.
No, the blonde.
The blonde.
The main character has Sasuke Uchiha's hair.
Okay. Yes, they're also Japanese-like as well. That's what. No, I just like the fact that it felt like Road Trip 2015.
Yeah, basically.
Driving around, a big-ass turtle comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, as much as it looks so awesome in gameplay-wise, and like it looks so beautiful and looks pretty, it's still a car, a bunch of dudes just like having fun. Like, I want to go that way. All right.
Fight something there.
Yeah, I see a monster. There's a spark here.
Yeah, when in the beginning of that trailer, when that giant turtle thing was coming out of the ground,
yeah.
They didn't care.
Yeah,
they're just driving around like, hey, check it out.
Check it out, man.
Like, if they had a selfie, that'd be perfect. I'll be definitely in mate. Like,
they'll probably have flip phones.
Oh, you do. Considering they have cars, phones is not a far stretch of the imagination.
No, and I like the fact that the player is obviously controlling the main character, and
the rest are like support.
Yeah, they're support, and you can see some kind of interaction between the other characters. Like you can do some kind of combinations.
Yeah, like combination attacks.
But the trailer, you see him most of the time, like the character down. And you see
it was at one time because like they were all cool and junk, right?
Except
driving around killing shit. And then in that one scene where the character was like at 0 health.
Yeah.
And then they helped him up. Well, everyone else was full.
For some reason, you got hit so
He
hard
just lost all his cool.
for maximum damage.
Well, I did think the animation looked really slick. To be fair, like the combat looked really slick. If that was gameplay,
I'm sure it was.
It's
I'm sure the whole thing was
There's
gameplay.
another video of it. It's just them staring at the guy's face,
oh great.
and then like when he moved this joystick. Look, apparently when you idle in the game, it'll just rotate and check.
Then they'll idle animate.
It'll animate. That
Cinematic
happened,
effect.
and then when he moved the stick, it just it's actually actual gameplay, and it looks really nice.
Yeah, and also remember that trailer back in like in the E3 last year, I think, when they confirmed that this was being moved to next gen.
Yeah.
That whole segment was gameplay. When like the house was being lifted and put sideways and about.
That's
That
a
was
lot.
all
That's a
gameplay.
lot of elements happening all at once. At the same time, this game is very vertical. You can actually go up and down with the
Yeah, because
teleporting.
remember, this is being made for PS3, so I guess with the added power of the next gen consoles,
They're pushing it.
everything is rendered at the same time.
I just hope that's really the full. Like that's how much visually it will come out.
Yeah, and I hope there's going to be a lot more content.
I hope these
it's a lot more
characters. I really hope.
roguelike
No, I hope these characters aren't as two-dimensional as they already appeared to be. You know.
The most generic Japanese anime tropes.
Yeah.
Seriously, they all kind of look the same in a way.
They all
like,
have
They just have
it's
different
Advent
hair.
children all over again.
Like, that
Everyone's
guy's using
wearing
my phone.
they're
black.
all wearing like black leather.
The
you know,
car is black.
The car is black.
The swords are black.
And
They all have Japanese hair.
3 of their hair colors are black. One guy's blonde.
Oh, yes, blonde because he wants to be Cloud. That's just Square Enix poking at the Final Fantasy VII.
It reeks of Nomura.
It does, but apparently that's the other news is that Nomura is no longer directing Final Fantasy, which
But
is
I'm
which
sure,
is
like,
good because at least that means he gets to focus on Kingdom Hearts.
He's gonna ruin Kingdom Hearts.
Well,
even more.
yeah, but the thing is, he destroyed Kingdom Hearts a long time
made
ago.
Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah, exactly. But and that's my point. The Kingdom Hearts is just so messed up.
Dude, light versus darkness.
And the moon.
Darkness. Destiny. It's your destiny to play Kingdom Hearts 3.
And throw in some Disney, you know, just for good measure.
Put Mickey in it.
It's gonna be Frozen there now.
I'm telling you, there will be a Frozen.
I'm sure
Frozen
there
will
will.
be there.
Wreck-It Ralph would be
Elsa.
a great thing.
Elsa will be there.
Sonic.
Yeah. No, wait, going back to FF15. Is this like their make or break kind of deal for the franchise, or
Oh gosh, you know what? I think they really.
I'm gonna get it.
I'm gonna get it.
I will too, but it's a good question because with 13 they
As long as there's no
really
lightning.
they really kind of destroyed it for me in a way. Like there used to be a point in time when they would announce a new Final Fantasy and be like, "Oh,
To
awesome!"
be fair, 13 destroyed itself.
And then now they
Even in
announce
the story.
now they announce a new Final Fantasy. It's like, oh great, they're gonna destroy my childhood even more now. You know.
Do you think it's at that point? Already?
For me, it is, I guess. But
Final Fantasy, the boy band.
I guess remember, I'm from a generation that grew up with the best of the series: Final Fantasy 4, Final
Six.
Fantasy 6, 7.
8.
You know.
No, 10. That's my personal favorite. 10.
You know, so when you get
Shut up,
like,
tactics.
and Tactics was I love Tactics.
He's right. The tactics is amazing. I played it like 7 times so
I
far.
love that game.
But yeah, now you come to a point where you get 13, which is
32.
black.
13-3.
13-2, which, to be fair, improved a lot of the gameplay, but the story was just such a complete mess anyways, with
Yeah,
time
shit,
travel
my
and
God.
lightning.
Hey, better than Destiny.
See, that's
I'll
why I
tell
said
you
that.
that
13 destroyed itself.
At least Destiny, at least Final Fantasy had more characters than Destiny. So
Yeah. But Destiny has to be ridiculous.
that's not the English doesn't count. He has no character. Anyway, but yeah, Final Fantasy 15. I'll give it a chance
It's good.
as long as there's no lightning.
She's gonna be there.
As long as there's no the sea.
No, like I think Square
The sea,
said
false sea.
themselves that lightning is gonna be in.
But I really
Other
hope that
FFs.
Square Enix can just get their head out of their ass and just give us a traditional JRPG.
You know,
Just like how the Tales series are just flat out, this is what we are. We'll give you the same thing again. We'll give you the same. Like they're just giving us what we want.
They're remaking 7.
They're not remaking 7. We don't want 7. I don't know what community is saying this. We don't want 7.
we want new shit.
We don't want new shit. We want the traditional shit.
That's right. New traditional shit. That's what I mean.
Why can't we get like turn-based all over again? Why can't we get
Yeah.
FF6 with the graphics of 13.
No, but that's the sad thing is, yeah. But that's the sad thing is that there have been games that have done it better than Square. Do you remember a game called Lost Odyssey on the 360?
I've never played that.
I heard about it.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
Amazing game. Like, and it's your traditional. Doesn't try to do anything new. It's a turn-based RPG, and it's good. It's a great game. I mean.
But it doesn't have Final Fantasy.
But yeah, exactly. It doesn't have belts with zippers and stuff like that.
Is that easy to find now? 'Cause I haven't played it, and I would love to play that Lost Odyssey. It's one of the reasons why I got Tales of Vesperia. Like, just to
I don't know. Maybe you can still find it in database. It's a pretty old game. I mean, this was released.
Blow the dust out of it.
It was released around the time the Xbox 360 was.
The cartridge.
It's that old.
It's that. But yeah, Final Fantasy 15. Another news bit about that. If you get that one game, what's the game again?
Final Fantasy
Type Zero.
Type Zero.
Final Fantasy hit the high school.
Final Fantasy High School.
So wait, Type Zero was originally a PSP game.
Yep.
Yes.
Formerly known as Agito 13.
Based off Final Fantasy 13's.
Yeah, because
world.
remember 13 was announced with 3 games. Right?
Yeah, it was versus 13.
Versus 13, which is now 15.
And
then
Agito
Agito
13,
13,
yeah.
which is Type Zero. So weird.
So this is now, they've announced a remake for PS3, PS4
Yeah.
of the PSP game.
And Xbox as well.
Yeah. Also
Okay, so
Next
HD
gen, yeah.
graphics, everything. And this is a prequel, basically, to 13.
Yeah,
Right?
it seems that way.
So
in
no
terms of
lightning.
story. Not yet. She's not born yet.
She's a goddess. You never know.
I don't know.
I don't know. Probably has a lookalike. They might add her into the game now.
But see, that's the thing. I also never found the 13 world that interesting. Like,
No, you should see the first opening cutscene of Type Zero.
Okay.
It's pretty intense.
Okay, so what's Type
It's
Zero?
30 minutes long.
It's before 13.
It's Final Fantasy High School.
It's high school. It has like
You're like a
Japanese-
team of 13 like elite students who excel like at a certain type of magic.
okay, so it's like Harry Potter.
Better.
It's better.
and the main character will have no actual.
No, it's like your whole team is the main character because you swap between them during the game. They all
That's
have,
getting an HD treatment. It's a PSP game,
yeah, it
and when
looks
it's coming
really good.
out,
Did you see the trailer for it?
it looks okay.
It looks really good compared to the PSP one.
It's
Like you wouldn't even know it was a PSP.
Well,
game.
I don't think it's just a straight up HD port like, say, the God of War
It's
PSP
not,
games.
it's
where
a full like
it's a remake.
makeover.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
a full makeover.
Good.
So that's good to hear. And considering that game never was given a Western release,
Yeah, localized.
this is the only opportunity for
Oh.
a lot of us to play it.
And good news, it's also coming out on Vita officially.
Oh, there you go. So it
If it's going out on PS4, it's coming out on.
No, not as remote play, as a real Vita release now.
I know. I'm just saying.
No, it's like no, it's a PSP game, so you'd think that
Whatever PS4 is getting, you find
no,
out.
it's a PSP game, right? So you'd think that if they were to re-release it, it would be on Vita. Then they announced PS4, Xbox One.
Okay.
So like, why the hell would you not release it on Vita? And now they said that they will.
But yeah, and
Vita
another,
means
another
life.
good news for Final Fantasy Type
Zero.
Type Zero.
If you get it digitally,
Digitally only.
yeah, I think it's digital only.
We'll double check on that, but if you get it digitally, you get a demo of Final Fantasy 15, which is already confirmed to come out next year, 2015. So that's
Two
a good
great games,
incentive.
yeah.
It's a good incentive.
It's a really good
Especially
game.
if you're like very excited for metrosexual travel.
Final Fantasy Boy Band Edition, 15, GTA.
So that's good to know. Crap, we can't get away from Square stuff yet.
Yo man, that was the most exciting game of TGS.
I know.
All these Square games.
All these great. No, but there's a lot of people got super excited when TGS hit because there was a big word that was swirling around, Shinra,
Oh yeah,
and
okay.
everybody got super excited because you know what Shinra is.
It's not
Final Fantasy-
it's not the power company.
It's from Final Fantasy VII, and all the Final Fantasy VII fans
Nuts.
were speculating. Oh my God, it's good. They're gonna announce a remake of Final Fantasy VII. Blah blah blah. Everyone's making theories.
Already.
In the end, it's just Square Enix cloud gaming company called Shinra Technology. They, for some reason, are just using Shinra. I don't know why.
Does it have the logo of Shinra Power Company?
it's a sign, I think. It's like,
It's not the red square with the
No, it's
Japanese
not.
logo.
that would be the
That
complete
would've been
show. That would be the complete show.
And it's like green.
That's their gaming, the cloud gaming technology. They announced
their
it.
own
I don't know, but the reason why I'm mentioning it's just funny how the Final Fantasy VII fans were like, they were super excited, but it was nothing.
But they already said that the HD version of 7 is somewhere in the works.
I'm sure it was on the
bike
works.
game came out, right?
I'm sure it was on the works.
Oh
Like
god, that bike game became that's right. The bike game came out on iOS, right, or something.
With the HD graphics and everything.
It did.
Yeah,
It's out.
I think so.
But that bike mini game wasn't that great, actually.
Yeah, it's kind of poopy.
It's kind of poopy. It's kind of no, it's kind of poopy. But yeah. Okay, enough of Final Fantasy. I am actually done with that. That's a lot of Final Fantasy talk. Metal Gear Solid 5. Is everybody excited? Still excited for that?
I am. I want to.
You can adopt the wolf now.
Adopt or just you have
Capture. I don't know. You balloon it to your base.
to your base. Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, it's officially coming out. Well, it's not officially. It's more like Hideo Kojima pretty much confirmed that it is now for 2015. It's on track. It's definitely coming
About
out.
time.
Yeah, the Ground Zeroes will have some valid points to it. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. I talked about it a while ago when I saw the demo way back. I'm pretty excited
All that
for that.
box tech, man.
Oh,
Can't wait.
box tech, yeah.
You can jump out of any side of the box.
What else we have here? Bloodborne. It's getting an official release. On the
Yes.
Western side. Everybody is excited.
That game is Dark Souls 2 engine.
Dark Souls
You can tell from the camera and the roll.
You think it is?
It's working off the Dark Souls 2 engine.
It's
Dark
Dark
Souls
Souls. It's Dark Souls 2 engine combined with.
No, you can't block in Bloodborne.
Huh?
It's just an upgraded. I think it's just an upgraded version of the engine. Honestly, I don't think they.
Yeah, but you can tell it's running off the same. Because like
This new trailer came out on TGS. It looks pretty. It looks really pretty compared to what we've seen before.
you know that you can't block in that game. Like there is no shield option.
Oh, I got a shotgun.
Yeah, is that the way it works? Yeah, you stun him, then counter, then you like back attack them from the front.
Because from what it looks like, your shotgun, which is like limited by ammo, it's one of the fastest.
Yeah, it's like
It has good, bam. So I think that's the counter. That's why there's no. Well, that's what I'm.
yeah, like there's a point where you can counter them, then they go into a stun state.
Yep. Bloodborne, they got a Western release. It's February 6th of 2015.
Lot sooner than I thought.
Yeah, it's so soon.
But that's in Japan, right? That's
No.
US man.
Oh, that's
Western
the-
release. They had an announcement before, it was also February, and I think it's also landing in the same month.
Might be the same. Like both will release at the same time.
I forgot the Japanese version, but it's now official. Bloodborne is coming up. PlayStation
Bloodborne.
4 on February 6, 2015. That's a good
Yo,
first
really
quarter.
soon.
Looks nice. First quarter looks nice with this one.
That's still part of the fiscal year.
Kind of is.
Yeah, think about it.
It is kind of a fiscal year. Evil Within it has a new trailer.
Yay! That game's coming out soon, right?
Yeah, everybody should check out the trailer.
RE4, the sequel.
RE4 the sequel.
RE 4.5.
That's a good compliment.
Maybe the same guy. It looks
True.
the same.
No, but I'm just saying it's a good compliment because it's one of the best REs anyway.
Yeah, because 6 is a shit show.
Yeah, and then
Which went on sale not too long ago.
$5. I still can get it.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. I know. They showed more gameplay from this trailer. I'm pretty excited about it because of the fact that it's a kind of fairly hyped game and it's a survival horror.
I'm surprised they showed a new trailer because they've been showing a lot of this game. Like,
I kind of
and
forgot
it's been playable in almost every trade show this year. It's
Yeah,
strange.
and based on reception, based on what people are playing, they're okay with it. It looks pretty good. It's under the radar right now because of what's coming out. If not,
Yeah, I think it got overshadowed. By
it's getting overshadowed, but I'm still pretty excited. It's coming out on October 14 for almost all platforms except Wii U and
Even next gen? Or
Yeah.
is it
Xbox
PS4?
One, Xbox
Oh,
360,
okay, that's cool.
PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3,
Except
and PC.
Wii U.
Except Wii U.
That's pretty.
I keep saying this, that's the only thing.
And
It's the quickest way of saying all.
RE4 came out on the GameCube originally.
Ooh.
They jumped the ship.
They jumped the ship a long time ago. Everybody jumped
They
ship.
sunk that ship in Revelations.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. And then
I'm starting to think it might be more of an issue now of just the system being hard to program for
Yeah, I'm sure that's
because it has to take advantage of the tablet aspect and
And I think just the architecture of the console.
yeah,
Because
exactly.
like Watch Dogs isn't out yet.
yeah, no, I think this will know.
It's taking them like a year to make a Wii U version.
It's taking so
Jeez.
long. I don't understand. But yeah, Evil Within, there's a new trailer. I'm pretty excited about it. I hope it comes out nice because it's under the radar. It's still not. I don't. If you haven't seen Evil Within, check out the trailer. You might get a kick out of it. Survival horror.
It's
at
that
its
game with the logo is a brain.
best. No,
It's not a brain, is it?
No,
It looks like a brain.
it's a brain, but you actually see like the Evil Within. There's like one of the letters in the title. It's like a needle.
Yeah, it's
Or a
stabbing
nail.
through the brain.
It's going close. No, it's going down closer to the eyeball of a player, and the player is surrounded by barbed wire.
Oh, so that's it. I thought it was like a
Yeah.
barbed wire. brain.
It's just not. It's not just the brain. I know barbed wire. Yeah. So anyway,
It's a gross thing.
it's a very gross thing. Deep down was shown.
Yeah, it's
for
not
TGS.
dead.
Which actually it looked good. The trailer looked really good.
What is it?
It's Dragon's Dogma 2.
It's Dragon's Dogma 2.
Well,
so.
It's Dark Souls, but not Bloodborne.
Dogma Souls.
It's not Dark Souls.
It's
That's
not Bloodborne.
Dogma Souls.
not Dark Souls.
It's not Bloodborne.
It's Capcom, so it's gotta be Dragon's Dogma 2.
It's free.
It's free to play.
It's gotta be free to play.
And Ono used to be working on it.
Not gonna.
He's gone now.
He's gone now.
Yeah. He left Capcom.
Let me go Mega. Oh, we're gonna talk
No,
about
he's
that.
gone.
Oh, he's got a Capcom?
As far as I know.
What? Why?
He's been gone for a while.
I'm sad. Anyway, deep down, no actual release date outside of Japan, but I know that Japan will be getting it the first quarter of 2015,
Hopefully.
hopefully, and hopefully we get around the Western release somewhere around the time. I don't know if I want this yet because we have Bloodborne on the same month, on the same quarter for 2015.
Depends on how they handle the free to play aspect.
Pretty much, but since
Yep.
From Software is like Deep Down is very similar to Dark Souls and Demon Souls, and From Software is releasing similar to it. I don't know where Deep Down lies.
Is there
but
gameplay in the new one?
There is, yeah.
yeah,
It looks more like Dark Souls. So.
it's the most.
It looks like Dark Souls, and then there's this weird Assassin's Creedy kind of thing with it
So it's-
going
They
on.
Dragon's
mentioned a
Dogma.
bit of a story, which of course
Okay.
is out of nowhere. Like it's weird. But yeah, Will's right. It's pretty much set in the future.
And you use an animus or something to do
Oh my god.
Yeah. You go back into time and to be a knight to fight dragons.
fight
So
monsters.
you're playing a video game in a video game.
Just like
Just
Assassin's
like
Creed 4.
Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed 4.
Except you're a knight. You're not like a cool pirate or anything.
You're not cool at
Or
all.
like a lame guy named that.
You're not the French Revolution or.
But that's Deep Down. It looks pretty okay. I'm just surprised that they actually find. Oh, hey, alright, we're here.
Yeah, because they've been absent for
For
half
a while,
year.
yeah. I totally forgot about
Maybe
Deep Down.
longer.
Actually, for one time, I actually went to the PlayStation Store to see if Deep Down's there because I thought it was out. Not out. I was lying to myself.
There were rumors of it being cancelled because it's been quiet for a long time.
Another big thing is, well, not really a big thing. Hideo Kojima showed another concept trailer for Silent Hills, and it's essentially another trailer of what's similar to of the PT,
First
the,
person.
the playable,
Playable teaser.
the playable teaser that was released in I think that was in Gamescom.
Yeah.
Gamescom, yeah.
Yeah.
PS4 players can play. If PS4 owners, if you haven't played PT, it's still free on the PlayStation Store. Try it out. It's only gonna take maybe a couple of hours of your time. It's literally one of the scariest things you can.
It has unlimited tries, unlike Smash Brothers.
Unlike Smash Brothers. But dude,
Wait, so it's officially called Silent Hills.
yes, it is.
That's another way to call it Silent Hill 5 if you change the S.
It's like Predators.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if their logo or their like transition logo become like.
Like it'll fade out.
Fade
Because
out.
like even though Homecoming is officially 5,
Look at this.
everyone wants to forget about
It's-
that.
it's-
Have you guys checked out the video already?
No, I have to.
That came out. Look
I need
at
to get a
that.
PS4.
It's scary.
It is scary. It's a head.
It's a head like it's vomiting a centipede out of its nostrils.
Have you seen like screenshots of just PT?
Oh, why?
The scary ghost lady and
No, of like just the hallway in PT.
Oh yeah.
Because sometimes I can't tell if it's a real hallway or a picture.
It actually looks really nice.
Because there's also that fan video of like a real dude videotaping his hallway in the style of PT.
Oh my god.
So I can't tell if is that the fan video or is that the actual game.
This is the girl though. When they catch
Ghost
you.
girl?
When she catches you, yeah.
It's better now.
More render.
Yeah, she's not transparent.
She's not transparent. No, but Hideo Kojima presented another concept demo showing the same concept. You're going through a hallway, going through a loop, but they added some scary elements to it. Like you see a guy picking up his head, and then a centipede comes out. You see this really unusual monster, which it feels like a torso, complete torso with just only one arm, trying to capture you.
Is it crawling?
It's trying to crawl with just with its one arm.
Can you step on it?
It's big.
Oh, it's huge. Okay.
It's huge. It's not a freaking.
It's basically
small
a
thing.
Dark Souls
It's a
boss.
big thing. It feels like a Dark Souls boss, but it's a concept trailer just showing the atmosphere and the scary level that you'll get out of Silent Hills, and I'm super excited.
That's a
about
better
Silent Hills.
concept trailer than RE Revelations.
I'm also
2.
very excited because the last few Silent Hills have just not been doing it, you know?
Yeah.
Downpour wasn't that great. Homecoming wasn't that great.
Those were the ones made
I
by
do
EA.
wonder though if this new Silent Hill will still feature like Pyramid Head and the classic
No,
Silent
but
Hill
you know
character.
that Pyramid
Right
Head
now,
was
it
supposed
ha-
to be only in 2, right? Because he's the
Yeah, that's true.
manifestation of what's his name.
But the thing is, Pyramid Head is so like it's such a Silent Hill
Yeah, but
image,
that's
you know.
because of the movie.
I guess, yeah, that's true. Which wasn't very good.
Which doesn't
by the
make sense.
Yeah,
like
that's
his
just-
appearance. Okay, that looks very Japanese.
So that's very Japanese. My point is like what we've seen so far of Silent Hills is nothing.
We still don't know how it's going to
Yeah,
No,
we
there's no hint or no direct comparison or direct involvement with the past Silent Hill. Like there's no Pyramid Head. There's no.
Kojima
We don't
said-
see the town as much yet. We haven't seen. It's all about the hallway. We just
This
saw
could be like a reboot of the
It could be a
entire
reboot.
concept of Silent Hill
yeah.
now.
We don't see that those like hints that it's a Silent Hills game.
Yeah.
Oh, look, it's a meat monster that can fly.
Yeah, we don't see any.
Here's
of
a
that. So
steel pipe.
it could be Hideo Kojima making a remake or just completely making a 180 on
I'd
it.
say it's like a spiritual remake or something.
Yeah.
It's just a scary game with the same name.
But I like the fact that Hideo Kojima is like the first things we're getting out of it. It's gonna be scary as hell. And
Yeah,
so
didn't
far,
Kojima say that he doesn't know exactly how the real game is going to look like just yet?
he just
He just wants to make a scary game.
right now he just wants to get the atmosphere right. There's no, I don't think they have footage of actual gameplay yet because they just have.
They
They
just
have
have
the
that
settings
to
set
do.
up. They have like they're just using the camera angles because I don't think they've seen. I'm not sure if it's a third person or a first person.
Yeah, he still doesn't know yet.
he doesn't know yet. So that's
He
so
doesn't
we're
know
not.
what to choose.
It's not even close to like being released.
I am also looking forward to finding the Metal Gear like Easter egg in the game.
There's going to be a box.
There has
A
to
ghost box. The box ghost.
See, this is what Hideo Kojima thinks about every night.
Dude, I think he just wants to mess around with the Fox engine.
It's possibly.
I think he has a hard-on for the lighting of Fox engine.
Maybe.
I think that's just it.
But Silent Hills is due for 2015 still, so Hideo Kojima has a lot of work.
I predict that.
Well,
that'll be
along
moved to
Silent
next
Hill, we
year.
see
Yes, I would
there
agree.
was also new stuff on Evil Within, which is releasing very soon, actually.
Yeah, like I mentioned, it's October.
Yeah.
14.
But it was 14, yeah.
And I think also some new footage from Fatal Frame for the Wii U.
But Japan only.
But
so
Japan
far.
only so far.
It's exactly what we predicted. You put the thing up.
Yeah, exactly.
It becomes a camera.
Reggie, man, Reggie, I know you're listening
He
to
was
us.
listening.
Stole our ideas.
You better freaking bring that over to the US.
That one was free.
Send us a free copy of Bayonetta 2, because
Even
they
though
don't
we
have a copy of
Wii.
the game.
Nobody's gonna buy that
I'm
game.
gonna buy it.
You know nobody's gonna buy that game. That's not true.
Oh god.
The Wii U Master Race.
Alright, moving on. Is this TGS still, the Street Fighter news? Or is it outside?
I don't know.
Well, I'm not sure if that was within,
Came
but
out
there was some
today, right?
Ultra Street Fighter 4 news, which looked really dumb.
You know what? When I played that video, because I just got home, with
Okay.
like some Mickey Banks tagged us, right?
Yeah, no, but we're gonna mention it first that Street Fighter, Ultra Street Fighter is gonna
4.
have
Omega,
Omega
Mode.
Mode.
Omega Mode, which is a free content
like
for
free
owners.
DLC.
It's free DLC pretty much, and
Super
Omega
broken,
Mode-
ultra broken Fighter 4.
yeah, Omega Mode pretty much adds new moves for every character.
New, very broken moves.
Yeah,
Like Ken can kick a Hadouken,
and combo
literally.
outfit.
Yeah.
You know what it reminded me of? You know those old hacks, like back in the day of
basically
of Street
Mugen.
Fighter 2.
Yeah.
No, like you'd go to I remember like you go to an arc like here, especially in the Philippines, right?
Yeah,
During the Street Fighter 2
homemade
craze,
cabs.
the original Street Fighter 2, people would like hack the board and then put that in arcade machines, and you get to play the hacked version. So you have like Ryu and Shoryuken, and then like a wall of Hadoukens would come out and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I think I know that.
You know,
I've seen that before.
really hacked up Street Fighter.
And you played it on the arcade machine with the karaoke buttons.
That was the worst. Also, was like half the time the buttons are all busted up, right? So you couldn't use your fierce or your roundhouse. You're
You gotta jam on the button.
You gotta jam it hard. You gotta do it.
Just
hard.
like the original Street Fighter, which had the pressure sensitive ones, you had to physically punch.
Oh, sorry. But yeah, Omega mode is coming out, and I just like the fact that this is a 6-year-old game. They released the Ultra version, and they're releasing another free content. I mean, like, they're just, I don't know, they're like a couple of people just chained on by the ankle to make Street Fighter content.
But I honestly think Street Fighter 4 has been the most successful fighting game ever.
Yeah, it brought back fighting games.
Pretty
It
much.
did?
It
really
did for sure.
Tekken-
Marvel
Tekken, no.
Marvel 2 was never was very
Niche.
niche thing. Yeah, and
It was only in the US.
There's only just in one.
no, it was really only the US because you never heard of a great Japanese
don't like
Marvel
broken
players.
games.
Yeah, Daigo sucks at it.
What's his name?
Started
And then
Guilty Gear.
even like the Daigo parry thing that never really got traction until the Street Fighter 4.
Yeah, until Street Fighter 4 came out.
That's true.
Right.
Evo moment number 3.
No, when people were asking why is Daigo so known, and then they redirected that. Yeah.
For the parry, yeah.
And why were people looking that up? Because Street Fighter 4 came out.
Yep. But Street Fighter 4.
And remember, in the early days, Daigo was unbeatable with Ryu in Street Fighter 4.
And now he's like on evil
Now-
mode. He's evil mode now.
And Yun.
But it was only and Yun, yeah, and Evil Ryu. But yeah. So I'd say go on Capcom. We
Let's
noticed the
explain
Omega video here and there.
Omega Street Fighter 4.
Yeah, like,
you know what? When the video played first, and I
Yeah.
saw the Omega logo, I was like, "Is Kratos gonna be in this game?"
Oh yeah.
Another version of Street Fighter.
But I just like they're just playing around, like giving the players a lot of
Yeah, like
modes. So have fun.
The video is Combo Fiend messing around with some of the like original World Warrior cast and showing all their new stuff. Like Ken can kick a Hadouken,
And he has a lot of command.
and he can juggle off his low Shoryuken raw.
Look at that. That's like coming out of.
Then he
Ultra.
starts making up combos on the fly.
Yeah, that connects Shoryuken to a
Raw.
standing-
It's not
yeah.
even like a anti-air mode.
Yeah, so it's just a fun
Basically,
way.
an anime game now.
It's another game actually, and it's on all characters. They have like new moves, and I'm sure I'm positive those are the scrap moves.
Yeah, I'm sure like they were just dicking around. Like, yo, check this shit out.
Yeah, and then
Guile with 2 sonic booms. Which
yeah,
he has now.
You can Rekka the Sonic booms. I think it's a Rekka.
He has it now. Like
And I think Chun-Li can
he has the
charge.
animation of Seth when he throws the sonic boom, right?
Yeah.
The backhand.
The backhand was in 2 hand, like 1.
Then Dalsim can now do
3.
like an instant overhead dive kick.
Yeah.
It's basically an anime game now. It's crazy.
No, and then Chun-Li is like her.
Chun-Li
lightning
is
kicks.
third strike Chun-Li.
Yeah, and she is.
She's back.
She has lightning kicks, and then that little.
Her
pointing thing
EX
in there.
lightning leg is basically her super in third strike.
Yeah.
And you can jump and do heavy.
Yeah, when you EX it, you jump, you do,
You do
the
double fierce.
yeah the command combo in the air.
Oh, yeah, look check that out.
Oh,
3 sonic booms, a
3
combo.
sonic
It's
booms,
all
yeah.
comboed. Half-life. One combo.
Half-Life?
No, he'll do a combo. It's Half-Life.
Oh, that's crazy.
Like during the, he just makes shit up.
Yeah,
on
but
the fly.
we're checking out the video now.
That
We'll
two
put
kicks
the
is
links
around,
below
it's
to
crazy.
see like this Omega mode is a free content. I think is it free for all versions of the game?
Yeah, it's just
yeah,
a,
yeah.
it's just a patch basically.
It's a patch.
No, I think they're labeling it as free DLC.
Oh, okay.
Of course. Of course.
But
they
if it's not a patch, you
Look at
might have to
that.
look it up yourself.
Just on the
All
fly.
that damage, it's just.
Yeah, it's so crazy. But
I think this came out because of the mod for Street Fighter 4 on PC.
Although I've seen those weird mods where they
Which
put
they added chain combos and basically anime moves then.
yeah.
Okay.
So this is crazier than that.
This is Capcom devs just having fun. Right?
Yeah, at this point, I think that it's reasonable to say that they're not making. I don't know if they're making any more money still
two
from
hits.
Street Fighter
I think they still are.
as far as sales goes, because I think anyone who has Street Fighter already, you
Look
know,
at that
played-
Half-Life.
No, I mean, of course, they're getting money from like tournaments and stuff, but from sales, like I think anyone who is remotely interested in fighting games already owns Street Fighter 4. Yeah,
One version of Street Fighter.
Yeah, one
4.
version.
one version of Street
Out
Fighter
of the
4.
many.
I have to. I don't know. Would you say Street Fighter 4 was more successful than the original Street Fighter 2? Because
I've never.
Yeah,
I
I
was
think-
not in the. I was not in the Street Fighter scene.
I actually
then.
think now because of the reach of gaming.
right,
No, and believe it or not, as much as people are super excited by Street Fighter 4, they're super hyped up about it. The rise of online streaming and live streaming really helped this.
for sure,
Like
absolutely.
Steam's Spooky covering Evo every single time. Like there's a reason.
The FGC.
Yeah, we can
streams.
watch Evo. We can watch.
Because that used to be
Weekly.
like camcorders at Family Fun Arcade.
Yeah, like there's now a reach for the fighting game community to learn from Japanese players, U.S. players, because I've known like the community here, and they learn a couple of techs based on like watching live streams through the net. So there's a big that's a big reason why. What the hell's going on with
I
that?
told you. It's crazy.
That's crazy. Live streaming helped the fighting game community big time, and then it just grew as it went by.
It's just a different market now.
It's just a different market. I think the fact that Capcom saw the potential in Street Fighter 4 and they just stick with it. Is that a pull?
Yes, it's a command move.
Oh my god, that thing looks so cool right now.
Stop talking.
Yeah, I know.
Nobody's gonna see this.
Yeah, no, sorry. But I just like the fact it's super successful, and I think that from what I'm looking at right now, we have
See, it's the most anime shit ever.
Street Fighter 4 at least lasting for at least maybe 2 more years, most probably.
Most likely,
even
and
longer.
I'd say
Is it
yeah,
longer?
even longer. If they don't release a Street Fighter 5,
No,
or something like
there
that.
Was,
I'm-
there was that announcement of Capcom making a new game with Dimps, and Dimps developed Street Fighter 4.
well, but that's not necessarily going to be Street Fighter 5.
Yeah,
right?
but
we don't know.
Could be Omega.
There's already speculation.
It
I
could
think
be
it's still too early.
It could be Street Fighter 04. You know, who knows?
Alpha 3 Max again.
Ultra Street Fighter 4 Mega Max Ultra Omega.
No, but that's true to say. I think Street Fighter 2,
Sigma edition.
Street Fighter 2 pretty much created the fighting game genre. But I
Yeah.
guess Street Fighter 4 is it's
brought it back.
brought it back from because there was that dry period in the early 2000s, I think, or
Yeah,
the
early in mid 2000s.
Yeah, I was super excited. Actually, I was pulled in Street
This
Fighter
game
4.
was the reason why companies started making arcade sticks again.
that's true.
Oh, that's another
Street Fighter
that's
4.
another good aspect, that the fact that some companies actually started getting money because of Street Fighter 4. We're not buying arcade sticks for Tekken. We're
Some
like,
people do. I don't.
not the hype that. Oh my god, is that Chun-Li?
It's Third Strike.
Dude, I'm Chun-Li player.
This. You see
Oh,
that
God.
shit? It's
Oh, no
Third
one can see
Strike.
this. Okay.
But yeah, that's true. I don't even think Tekken there was a point in time when Tekken was the only fighting game really.
Tekken is more popular here.
Yeah, well, I guess so. I guess we're in a biased country because here Tekken is just like
Tekken 3 was the thing here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't hear Tekken. There's a lot of
She
people
has
playing.
Yuns that.
They don't have Tekken's mostly famous here, but you don't see like live tournaments or whatnot
Yeah, yeah.
here. You
No.
just see a lot of people playing Tekken.
In the arcades.
Yeah, they just have that mean face whenever you go in to challenge them.
They're everywhere in Mega Ball.
They're everywhere in
In the
Pokemon,
middle.
yeah.
In
But
the-
do you,
in the
do we
middle,
see
right?
a lot of tournaments for Tekken? Not that much.
No.
Street Fighter?
They don't even show up for tournaments.
Yeah, Street Fighter, there is. And that's a great thing. And whatever Capcom does at this point, what's positive right now is, or what's sure is, the community waiting for whatever comes out. Capcom unleashes.
I like their fighting games.
Yeah, I love their fighting
I
games. Yeah.
own most of them.
Yeah, same. I might have got the Ultra. But anyway, last mention for the episode. Sadly, it had the Gearbox. I'm sorry. Battleborn. We have final actual footage of the gameplay, and this is Gearbox Software's take on
Well, you can't say it's a take on Dota because they do Dota, right? It's,
MOBA.
It's their take on a first person.
Smite? No, not Smite. Smite's
Smite
like
is
third person.
Third person.
Yeah.
It's a first person shooter.
But essentially, its core concept or
Team-
its foundation is it's a MOBA. It's a 5-on-5 battle arena.
Maybe I would say it's more like Counter Strike in that sense. No.
DF. Role based it.
Then yeah, well,
Yeah, it might be TM.
more like Team Fortress, but Team Fortress is like can be up to 16 to 8 on 8, right? So
Yeah.
I guess this is more a smaller scale.
My pants.
It's my world.
Well, something's happening, technical difficulties, but anyways, yeah. I think it might be a more of a smaller scale take on the Team Fortress formula, with a bit of, of course, with a different sort of.
Yeah. But Battleborn, though, the first gameplay footage of it has come out, and it looks like it looks okay. Like they just showed what they just confirmed pretty much is not only is it going to be like a multiplayer 5-on-5 game, but it's going to be a campaign, a solo campaign
For a MOBA.
for a MOBA. So it's still hard to what they're trying to do with this thing. I don't know why they want to jump on the MOBA train this late in the game, especially with Dota 2.
Well, especially considering they already own Dota 2, right? This is Gearbox, right?
Gearbox
Oh, wait,
software.
sorry.
No, that's not
Dota
Valve.
2's
Valve.
Valve.
Borderlands,
I'm
people.
confusing the two. I'm so sorry.
Duke Nukem forever, dudes.
Yeah, the Colonial Marines forever.
Yeah.
Colonial Marines
Lord.
forever.
Yeah, this is their new game, and I'm not too sure if it's free to play yet, but it's gonna be a console. It's gonna be on console. It's first person, and
Console MOBA game.
there's a lot of that. There's like Guardians of
Guardians of the
Middle-earth,
Galaxy.
MOBA. Pwede. It looks cartoony. Miggy's watching it right now.
Yeah, when you said first person, I was expecting like a modern day shooter, but then it's like
it's
fantasy.
very-
It's, no, look, I mean, it looks, it's the heavy from Team Fortress
It's
right
like
there.
the League, like art style.
it's
It's a mix of
I have a
tech
feeling.
and
I have
League
a
of
feeling
Legends.
it's gonna have the Borderlands humor because it has some of the hints of like Borderlands aesthetics and visuals.
but less desert.
Less desert, less.
But I don't know. Is this really gameplay? This looks like a CG.
No,
trailer.
it's a CG trailer. I'm trying to
Because
see
like in Smite, the third person one, you can't even look up.
Yeah, it's just forward.
Oh yeah, true. You
Yeah,
jump.
forward and like side to side.
Yeah,
Can you even jump in Smite?
you can jump in Smite. Yeah, I don't see the point of jumping though, but you can jump in Smite.
But it still plays like a MOBA in a different perspective, though.
Yes.
It plays just like any other MOBA.
But I think this is the first time they're gonna try to incorporate first person with the MOBA sense, and I don't know. I think it's just too. How do I say this? It's too out of the box for MOBA. MOBA's still too young, and then they're trying to dump in different elements to it to make it a little bit more appealing. I think it's just too much.
I still don't understand.
And at the same time, I don't think Gearbox is not great of a shooter game. It's
Yeah, I heard they fucked up Borderlands on the Vita.
that bad.
Borderlands 2.
Yeah.
It's like the Vita version is the worst version.
But
It's gameplay.
yeah, I saw the gameplay. It looks okay. I just want to see
Yeah, it
the.
looks more interesting than I thought.
I want to see the actual like 5v5 arena, the first one. Like this, the gameplay footage that was first announced. It was the campaign. It looked okay. It was fine. I
It
want to
looks
see
more interesting than Smite.
I want to see the competitive side of it, and we'll have to wait and see. It's just cool. I'll put the link below so you guys can check it out. It's interesting, but like I said, like every time we talk about MOBA, like there's so many of it already. I'm just so sick and tired.
It always makes me wonder, like, what are they thinking when it comes to, like, how can they possibly compete with League and with Dota, right? I mean,
Yeah.
even EA has their hands in this with that one. I don't even remember the name of
Yeah,
it.
that's a lot. Yeah, Guardians of Middle Earth. They have another thing. Besides, they have a lot. And we have Heroes of the Storm coming up. Blizzard's gonna take that by. So there's a big chunk of it. And I think with that, with Battleborn mentioned, I think that wraps up
Dumb
episode
name.
50. Battleborn, you know
Yeah,
It-
'cause I
it
think
is,
Bloodborne and like
The
Bloodborne is
same.
I find way cooler than that.
Battleborn.
Then you have like Scalebound,
Oh wait, before we end, I want to mention this.
Bloodbound.
Legend of Grimrock has a release date.
Grimrock 2.
Grimrock, Legend of Grimrock 2, which is the old school dungeon crawler, first person dungeon crawler. Way back, they kind of revived that kind of genre. Now the sequel to that game is coming out, and apparently it's going to have an October release date. That's so, like, almost like next month already. I'm actually pretty excited for it. And it'll be released on October 15 for the PC on Steam. And this game, if you guys haven't played Legend of Grimrock, the first one, you are missing out completely. Especially if you are a very RPG dungeon crawler nut.
Something on an old school
Yeah,
RPG. Yep.
you're missing out a lot. And then the second one, they don't really change it the formula too much. I think the only change I've seen in the sequel so far on the trailer is it's not anymore just in the dungeon like underground. You're actually exploring. You're outside in the wilderness, in caves and towns. So it's more open compared to the first one. And this is out of my radar. I thought this was like way off. I thought it was like coming out like maybe in 2015. So for those who are looking for a sequel for Legend of Grimrock, it's coming, and I'm so excited for it. And that pretty much wraps up episode 50.
Yeah, the Twister Fries edition.
The Twister Prize Edition.
We're out of. Oh no, we still have this first. Okay. The last piece. And yeah, we're done. We are done. Twister Fries are done. Thanks for listening, guys. This is episode 15. We have an episode every week, every Tuesday. If you want to check out our previous episodes or our archives, you can check out our website, www.toomuchgaming.com. Our episodes are there. You can check out our reviews, our posts, all our content over there. If you want to reach us, you can check out us on Facebook, Twitter. You can follow us on Too Much Gaming. You can like our page on Too Much Gaming, same name. And if you have any questions, concerns, topics you want us to tackle, or you just want to say hi, you can email us at thetmgpodcast@gmail.com. Just send us an email. We'll catch it, and we might just reply. We just might. And if you want to check out our YouTube videos, Miggy has like, I don't know, a video every single day.
Yeah, for now at least.
Yeah. Please do check it out. We have a lot. TMG blog, that's the channel.
I think if you search Too Much Gaming, we actually show up now.
Yeah, if you actually
I think
search on
so.
YouTube, just Too Much Gaming, we're actually the first one to come out. So
Maybe not the first.
we are. We're out of that
Either
European
that or
video.
the third.
No, we're not the third. But anyway, we're there on YouTube. I'm actually uploading now Destiny footage. Right now it should be done.
I'm moving my Beyond Two Souls LP there because I did complete that game.
It might be coming out on the PS4 by the way.
It might. Yep. Oh boy.
Oh god.
Someone's
It's not gonna look any better.
I haven't played it.
I'm telling you now. It's
I
not
haven't
gonna
played
look
it.
better. That game is.
I haven't seen Ellen Page
That
live.
game is poopy.
It's a big poopy poop.
Poopy game.
Anyway, that's
Poopy
it.
game.
That's episode 50. Thanks, guys, for listening. We'll be back next week for another dose of just video game talk. We'll end right now because we want to play more Smash Brothers on the 3DS.
I'm letting the CPUs fight it out and I'm watching them. It's
So,
like
yeah.
having an ant farm and like, hey, what you doing?
All right, thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
See ya.
Oh, yeah.